rather the elections tomorrow. And joining me now is political analyst Professor Tinyiko Maluleka. He's joining us now live from Pretoria. Very good evening to you, Professor. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, since the year started, we've seen about 62 service delivery protests across the country in the run-up to these elections, and we've seen so many South Africans and so many communities saying that they will definitely withhold their vote. I mean, is this the means of addressing their grievances?
Well, I think it is a desperate effort by communities to get the attention of the political leadership in the country and the attention of government. It is desperate, it is too late, and it is probably not going to get them the results they need. But I think we have to read it as a desperate attempt to get attention after waiting for so many years for the services that they protest about. I am not sure that the election is the best bargaining chip for these kinds of things. I think we should be engaging government and holding them accountable long before the election date.
You talk of the community members and potential voters. I mean, this as as an attention-seeking quest to their political leaders. How then can we interpret communities disengaging from the whole election process in the context of participatory democracy?
Well, again, it's not just mere attention-seeking in the infantile, emotional sense of the word. These are serious problems that communities have, and it is misplaced, unfortunately, to think that boycotting elections is a way of getting a message across. It's counterproductive, actually. Not only do we have a participatory democracy, we actually have a proportional representation system, which means that every vote counts, and the number of votes, the number of people who turn out is going to determine the cost of a seat in parliament. It's also going to determine the numbers that different political parties are able to field, and therefore the shape and form of parliament is going to be affected by people not turning out.
You know, in the 25 years since the dawn of democracy, Professor, do you think that South Africa's electorate vote according to the party's policies, or are they at all convinced with the political parties' manifestos? I mean, do they really take stock of what the parties have done in the 5-year period in between elections when they cast their ballots?
I think we have matured as a nation, and I think that in these elections, we have seen communities engaging more and more with issues and less with personalities. They may not be engaging the issues in the precise manner in which we would like them to, but certainly the politics are no longer just about personalities to the same extent that they used to be. That's the one thing. But the other thing is, manifestos are, of course, important for political parties, but South African voters have had a windfall of manifestos, formal and informal. They've had the Zondo Commission, they've had the Life Esidimeni, they've had the PIC Commission, the Nugent Commission, the VBS Saga. All of these have given them enough information on which to make decisions as they vote tomorrow.
We have the longest ballot paper in the history of South Africa's democracy. What conclusions can you make about our own journey as a country based on this fact? What do you read into this?
It will certainly make the queues longer and slower tomorrow, unfortunately. So South Africans will have to be patient. I have a sense that the voters will send a message to the political parties about the number of parties. One way of doing that is if indeed the many smaller parties are annihilated and eliminated by voters simply not voting for them, that will be a message that South Africans can do with fewer parties than 48.
All right, we'll certainly be waiting and seeing that fact tomorrow. Professor, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. That was Professor Tinyiko Maluleka speaking to us live from our studios in Pretoria.
All right, and of course, that's where we'll leave it for this hour. Do stay tuned. We'll have more news for you at the top of the hour here on the SABC News Channel.
Indeed, Palisa. This is The Globe. Thanks for watching.